Great. So let me first sort of go through a few things, and then maybe we'll spend probably a lot more time on the Trimurti NFT and the Sanskar tokens. I think we hear very loud and clear about the concerns the community has, and obviously we'll have to go back to the drawing board to understand that. But we'll spend some time getting a little more feedback, a little more suggestions from all of you, so that we can come up with a better solution. But in terms of update, let me first start that we are in the middle of closing an equity round with a US gaming VC. Um, I don't want to tell the name right now because we are just finishing all the formalities. We have signed most of the documentation, but once the money is in, I would love to make it public. So that's great news for Zionverse and for all of us, because that not only gives us more firepower to expand the community, but it's a great validation that this pretty well-known VC, which only does gaming, is really interested in sort of making sure that we become the leader of metaverse for India. We'll also be raising, in this round, money from some individual investors, family offices, and some more influencers over and above Akshat. Um, some of them, the paperwork is almost done. So again, I would be announcing sort of all the investors, influencers, and this VC hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Our aim is to at least get you all that information prior to Trimurti NFT and Shakti tokens through Trimurti NFT being launched. So that's one. A few investors are still wanting to come in. We are considering, whether or not we do SAFT, which is a simple agreement for future tokens with them, because they may want to come in Trimurti NFT, but if they do, then that reduces the sort of size available to the public. Which anyway, for people who are non-Lakshmi NFT holders, one concern has been how much they would get. So we are thinking whether we should do a SAFT, and then accordingly, figure out what we do with the Trimurti NFT in terms of the number and the size. So that's on the funding basis. In terms of Web3 school, we are talking to a very popular edtech company, hoping to partner with them for a sort of Web3 school with Zionverse powers and partners on more from sort of content development, hackathons, giving opportunity to creators to create for Zionverse, and also helping sort of creators through that journey. This is something obviously every ecosystem should aim for. And we are also looking to tie up with such partners, including another influencer who will also likely be part of that. Okay, so that's on the Web3 school side. We're looking to do again close that partnership soon. The third sort of initiative, which is the Kalakar DAO, where we said we are looking to again partner with hopefully two ventures or two companies which are really helping regional artists in India, and they really want to explore the NFT and the Web3 side. What we want to really do is first launch NFTs with them, and then also be able to get help of other creators to enable creation of 3D immersive worlds with that particular art. So we really want to kickstart this effort with Kalakar DAO, and with the idea that it should become a decentralized movement for creating a sustainable livelihood for these artists in India, and definitely want to keep furthering and preserving more Indian culture and heritage. Sorry, Shivam, were you saying something?
No, all set, all set.
Okay, cool. So that's the update on Kalakar DAO as well. In terms of obviously releases, like I had already mentioned, the tentative date for Lakshmi NFT is 9th April. The reason it's tentative is obviously we want to go back and make sure that the mechanics, we work with it. At the end of the day, it's all about the community thinking that that is has value and is something that they want and desire. So we have to obviously solve for that. We are hoping that we'll be able to get you that answer. Otherwise, from a technical perspective, we are on track to release it on 9th of April. So given this contingency, and hopefully we solve this problem, and the community and all of you are happy with the design that we come up with your suggestions. Um, so we should be on track to release it on 9th of April. The Run Bhumi game, which is the 5v5 deathmatch game. Also, we have done a couple of internal alphas, and hopefully we should be able to send you some gameplay footage as well, as early as either next week or the week after that. And we are hoping that we should be able to release that in May itself. We are on track to do that as well. So that's the update on sort of the Run Bhumi side, as well as the date of Trimurti NFT. Um, um, okay, so now maybe the thing that is obviously one is what we'll do is we are anyway very close to finalizing the white paper. I know we have been talking about this for a while. As you can see, there were certain things like Sanskar now, also with all the other activity in terms of funding. There has been a little bit of delay in getting everything across to you. I think we'll probably send the basic details of all the components of the white paper, and obviously the to be confirmed and to be determined aspect would be, the details of the Trimurti NFT, which we'll probably now start discussing with you. So, first I'll just say a philosophical point which was getting discussed a lot, which is, a lot of you, I totally get it and I appreciate it. I am also invested in 25 NFT projects. It's still 25. I haven't, invested in any other newer project apart from Zionverse, obviously. Um, so I get the point that even I really don't get time to follow up on these projects, don't get time to look at what is happening. And I do appreciate and empathize with what people are saying that, hey, I'm maybe not as active on Twitter. I don't want to get, penalized or not be given the reward to sort of upgrade it. I hear you. I know that a lot of people are saying, hey, let's make this into more of a passive opportunity. So yes, we'll have to go back and think about it. Like, Vulcan Forged is a system that we have recently looked into a lot of detail. Particularly our tokenomics design team, which is Nimisha and Madhvendra, have looked at it in a lot of detail. The way they have designed their tokenomics is really a little bit like I shouldn't say it's a pay to earn in the sense, but obviously the more tokens you buy in their system and the more tokens you stake, the higher staking rewards you receive. So the the difficulty or the philosophical decision that we have to think about is, are we going to be a play and earn sort of a model where obviously you would have to put in time, effort, or are we going to be a pay and earn sort of model where the more you pay, i.e., the more NFTs you have, as some of you have suggested, and as Vulcan Forge does it, and it's obviously one of the ecosystems which has been successful. Of course, like most tokens, it has lost value. PYR is the token for those who want to look at the token price, etc. It of course has lost a little bit of value, but it's still above its, much above its mint price, which is a pretty good sign given the overall macro picture out there. And we do hear a lot of fans of Vulcan Forge. They are built around Greek mythology, so there is another relevance with respect to that as well. So philosophically, this is something that as a community we need to decide on. Do we build something which is play and earn, which would mean that the more effort you put in, the more your rewards, or do we go a little more towards the play and earn side, which means the more money you put into the system, the more rewards you are able to generate, right? L- like with everything, there is nothing which is right or wrong. It just needs to be something that we need to decide and agree to, because that is a pretty important decision on sort of how we will build it. One of the reasons we built Sanskar tokens the way we did is, I think this idea, by the way, came from one of you only. I think it started by someone asking us that, hey, why aren't you guys giving us referral rewards? And you should think of giving us referral rewards for Trimurti NFT. And that really, started our discussion internally to say, hey, that's a valid point. If we do want word of mouth, referral is something that is, very popular, and obviously a lot of Web2 systems are using it to gain, good references of customers and investors and community members. So why shouldn't we use it and incorporate it? And then we also said that, look, in a way, we are already rewarding people who are active on Discord and who are helping others. Shall we make it more than access and privileges and give some tangible benefits? And because at the back of our mind, the philosophy has always been to make this system more a play and earn system, we definitely created it more towards the side of put in more labor, earn sort of a particular currency, which is the Sanskar token in our case, and use that to not only get some access privileges, but also get some monetary reward. So that's sort of been the idea. I don't know, like, what's the best way? Like, maybe if people can type, like, are you guys happy and okay that we should be a pay and earn, a pay? Should we be a pay and earn system, or should we be a play and earn system? Would love to sort of, if people can just type on the AMA session, the chat. Would love to just understand what people conceptually think about. Okay, so far everyone is coming out, apart from a few, but it's definitely most people saying that it's a play and earn system. See, if you're going to be a play and earn system, and I think one of the things we'll do is we'll put the tokenomics of Vulcan Forged to the Discord group, like what we have analyzed. If people want to go through that in even more detail, please ask Nimisha and Madhvendra and me, or the team, because we have obviously gone through it. You will understand what I mean, why they today at least are a very pay and earn system. If we are going to do pay and earn, then we will have to accept that you will have to put in some labor to earn the benefits, right? And then the other part is, and this is what we were thinking, because we did ask the same question that, hey, like, realistically, I'm obviously going to buy Trimurti NFT individually, right? Like, if we are going to do a SAFT for other investors, by the way, like, for full disclosure, I am definitely going to put my family and my money even in that SAFT, because obviously I believe in Zionverse. But even for me, if I do Trimurti NFT, how much time would I have to actually upgrade and earn Sanskar tokens? I think it is tough for me to do it, but maybe because we are managing with the community, by default, I'm able to get some of those benefits. So I get that concern. However, we thought that in this version of Trimurti NFT, we are also launching a marketplace, right? So there are two parts. One, Sanskar token will be an on-chain currency. We are not listing it. The reason being that once a token gets listed, then the entire focus moves towards token price, because people start speculating in the token. That's not the idea. The idea is that if you earn Sanskar tokens, you are the owner. Yes, there is no listing, but you can obviously sell it to others at an agreed price, like you do with your NFTs, right? Um, so you could obviously trade Sanskar tokens, but also we thought that people who are happy to put in this effort would take the NFTs, upgrade them, and then sell them on the marketplace for investors to buy. Yes, the consequence would be that Trimurti NFTs, which will be priced at $100 each in INR equivalent, and we'll fix that INR price just so that everyone is clear, and it's not a question of you guys taking any FX fluctuations, etc. But if it is that fixed price for a tier 7 NFT, which was the first proposal we came with, then obviously a tier 1 NFT would cost more, right? What that cost would be, I don't know, but that's the beauty of the marketplace. People will offer it at a certain price. There will be a price discovery mechanism. We would find out what investors are ready to pay for, right? Um, if we are going to go through with the upgradable system, then doing the loot box plus upgradable system, I mean, of course, technically it's all doable, right? Like it's not a question of can we technically do it. It's more a question of what would members, what do we want to promote in the ecosystem, right? And look, whether you are investing, whether you are participating in Zionverse, whether you are doing both, investing, participating, creating, all of us share the vision that we need to make Zionverse much bigger, right? And as we are sharing that vision, we would need more people to get involved. Today, we don't have the game. Sanskar token would also, you will be able to earn it by playing the game more. You will be able to get it by buying NFTs or other, things. Like even if you buy any NFT which is from the Kalaka DAO, we will give you Sanskar tokens. If you buy any Run Bhumi related products, we will give you Sanskar tokens. If you buy later on tomorrow, create a game, we will give you Sanskar tokens. Probably more so because we need to promote more creators coming in on Zionverse and creating 3D assets, animations, clothing, goods, games, maps, etc., right? So there has to be, like social media rewards you as a social currency, there has to be that aspect, right? And we thought that there is no better time than now to be able to actually launch the same, right? So I think that is the thought process behind it. BlackRock, the one idea is play to earn, the other idea is pay to earn. In the pay to earn idea, like I said, like for example, I think some people had suggested that the more NFTs you own, higher your staking rewards, right? This is something. So the other idea, which is pay to earn, is all of you, or most of you, not all of you, are agreeing that we should create something which is play to earn because we are a MetaFi, a GameFi system, right? I do agree, Fikito, that of course we're going to reward the loyalists. I don't think by doing the system we were saying that Lakshmi NFT holders are not going to get the benefit. I think we had not put the tiering benefit, but we had given the first access to buy Trimurti NFT to Lakshmi NFT holders, which is what we agreed with, or at least communicated to all of you. I think we heard your suggestion. We are going to finalize and come back on that as well. There should be an additional benefit for early believers. And similarly for Trimurti NFT holders, we are making it clear that you will get whitelist access for future DAO tokens, for future NFTs, etc. So obviously, the earlier you are into the project, the more you have believed in us. When lesser things were clear, the more we want to keep rewarding you, right? It isn't a one-time benefit. I've always said that Lakshmi NFT holders will keep getting more rewards. Someone had asked on Discord, can I clarify it? See, like we are obviously launching projects and products, and we are giving the rewards as we are doing it, right? Like, as I said, you will get airdrop Run Bhumi NFTs for you to play, whereas everyone to play Run Bhumi game would need Run Bhumi NFT. So as Lakshmi NFT holders, you get the Run Bhumi NFTs, right? You get some in-game currency to start playing the game as well. So we are definitely giving more and more tangible access, privilege-oriented rewards to Lakshmi NFT holders, and that's going to continue, right? So So yeah, I don't know if there are some other suggestions that people have. I did, as I said, I got it. I got the sense that people are not happy with the Sanskar tokens. However, all of you are agreeing that we should be a play and earn system. But the more play and earn system that you're going to get, you will have to agree that play means that you are putting up time and effort, right? Yes, today we are saying that the play meant that you are being more active on Discord and Twitter, etc., because the game isn't released yet. But as the game releases, your activity in game, your activity on the marketplaces, your activity for creation all will count towards Sanskar token itself, right? Um, so that would be that is something that would love to hear what are people suggesting. Katie, I'll clarify on the tier of Lakshmi NFT as well.
So another quick thing, maybe Anshul, if you can touch upon, is uh, Sanskar token is not the only token as well, because I think that's also a point of confusion maybe for a lot of people.
Yeah, so see our ownership, our governance token is obviously Shakti token, right? Like we have already said that when you are purchasing Trimurti NFT, you are in effect the money you are spending on Trimurti NFT gives you access to Shakti tokens, gives you staking rewards, gives you a 3D avatar, gives you whitelist access, um, gives you the current 3D model of the three gods. So you're getting a lot of benefits all in one being the NFT itself. So so yeah, I think we are already sort of giving you the access to Shakti tokens. Sanskar token is more the social currency that we are trying to build, right? Every sustainable ecosystem going forward will need to have something that they provide for social status, social interactions, a social currency so that people do spend more time, do more interactions in order to attain it. And that's the representation of that is Sanskar tokens itself. Um, yeah, so look, this question of again, I think the question being asked is I'll come to the rug pull measure as well. I mean, look, I think the one thing I'll say is, we are getting a lot of institutions to actually invest in us. Totality is now a 5-year-old company. We haven't started this company to make a couple of millions of dollars and sort of run away, right? We are not anonymous. Um, this is a team of people who are front and center trying to be and hopefully we are contributing a lot to the thought of metaverse and web3 within India, and we are here for the long game itself. If there are other sort of countermeasures, I would say that your best bet is, as you keep owning the tokens, you are owning the governance and the rights of it, and there are professional institutional players who are backing what we are doing over and above other entrepreneurs and other influencers who are coming into this measure also, right? Um, the other question that people have asked is, what is the mechanism of Sanskar token? See, like, this is the other part, right? Like, karma in Reddit, they don't tell you how exactly to earn it. The reason is, one, they need to keep adjusting it, they need to keep adding things, and they also can't reveal the exact formula for it because otherwise it will get gamed, right? Like we know that. So I think someone suggested that hey, it should be decentralized. Of course, we can do it, right? We can form a Sanskar token mechanism committee, which is voted from the community itself, and it could become its own DAO where that committee determines the rules. People who are part of the committee for performing that role earn a fixed amount of Sanskar tokens anyway, irrespective of what other activity they do. So this is something that I've thought of. We'll have to think about actual governance of it and actual execution of it. We can definitely decentralize it a lot more, but this will remain an area where we would have to keep, figuring out what the community wants, what features we are launching, where we are getting traction, where we are not getting traction, where we feel we can get traction by giving more incentive of Sanskar DAO because some things are more important long term for the community and for the project. And so this can't be a fixed formula that I think we can even reveal to people at large because otherwise it will get gamed. That does not mean that it can't be decentralized in terms of its determination, like I already mentioned. In terms of, I mean, before I forget, one question which was asked on Lakshmi NFT tiering. See, the initial idea of the tiering was really to first give you more staking rewards and B, when you will convert to a 3D avatar, the higher your tier, the more accessories, sort of powers, etc., you will get in the 3D avatar itself, right? Like those have been the two ideas of giving you different tiering. The primary benefit that people obviously saw from it initially were the higher staking rewards. What other benefits we should include over and above that? Happy to hear suggestions and see if that sounds fair for the community at large, right? Like, see, this is something I wrote as well. Early investors will definitely have more benefits and access, but we have to also just try to balance it so that it doesn't start seeming completely unfair to people coming new, right? That's all I'm sort of saying. Yeah, of course. Of course, divine craftsmen will keep getting benefits, and that's see, like if there was Sanskar token today, divine craftsman group, given how active they are, would already have a lot of earning of the Sanskar tokens, right? And the way we are viewing Sanskar tokens is, oh, you want to upgrade your NFT, you have to spend Sanskar tokens. You want whitelist access to a product in case you didn't have it, spend that. You want access to a land, you get that. Maybe there'll be discounts for you by spending some Sanskar tokens. You get access to other governance committees which determine, curate creators, or etc. etc. There will be a lot of access and privileges, and that's exactly the point, right, KD? Like what you're saying, that apart from just the rules, access, and privileges, people who are putting in the time and effort should also get rewarded in ways which can be made tangible also, right? Again, obviously that has to be balanced with people who are not able to spend time because they are generally busy. But at the end of the day, the ecosystem is only going to win when we have people interacting, right? And since Sanskar is a token, as I said, an unlisted on-chain currency, you can buy Sanskar from other people. You can buy the upgraded NFTs. You can buy access and privileges from others or from primary sales itself. It will not stop people to do it. But of course, we are kind of now giving an equivalence to either spend time and effort in the ecosystem or spend money in it, right? This is not that dissimilar, by the way, to Supercell games, where most of the monetization is for time itself. Okay. So would love to also maybe get some more idea on how do we balance the Sanskar tokens, because as I said, it's clear, like I was thinking that maybe the community would want pay and earn, then the process is clear, but it's clear most of you want play and earn. This is what we thought was a good iteration for play and earn. Would love to hear if people have some more suggestions. If not now, then maybe please write it on the chat whenever you get those thoughts, because that would really help us to sort of finalize what Trimurti NFT and Sanskar token should look like. So, okay, Gerald, I have read your message before as well, and yes, I do think that that's definitely a potential solution. Do we have any international marketing ideas for Trimurti? And just to confirm, so Sai, the number of NFTs we just confirm as we just finalize sort of how many SAF tokens, etc., we are issuing in all, because obviously Trimurti NFT, ultimately we are hoping that everyone will become a tier one NFT, and sort of get there, and that's the idea, right? I mean, obviously we could have come out and said, hey, everyone just gets 50% staking reward. But the idea is that if we want to be a sustainable, aspirational, growing community, we need to get people to become more active. And this is our way to incentivize them to become more active, right? So the final number will be determined soon. Um, so finally, what is decided? No, Trinad, I don't think we have finally decided anything. I would love to hear from people. We'll come back to the community again with sort of the second iteration of Trimurti NFT and Sanskar tokens. What are the ways that tokens can be used? I don't know which token you're referring to, Fikito. Sanskar tokens will be a social currency. You can use it for a lot of access, privileges, monetary benefits. Shakti tokens are your ownership and governance tokens. So I hope that that's sort of self-explanatory. Okay. International marketing, yes, we are. We have tied up with a few international influencers as well. Obviously, with this US gaming VC coming in, we will start getting more PR and press. I think our first idea is to go to regions where we have NRIs. I've already gotten a lot of inbound interest from people, particularly in the Middle East, of Indian origin, which is no surprise, and people in the West Coast in the US. So those will be probably the two areas. And in UK, I'm from London. I know the NRI community and the Indian origin community there is pretty big. I do have some friends who are looking to invest if we do launch a SAFT for Shakti tokens as well. So that's why I said that we are considering to do that, and maybe do a sort of round for people who want to invest a little higher money directly getting into SAFT. Hemant, yes, you will be able to upgrade the NFT. That's the idea. You earn Sanskar tokens through various ways, being a good community member on Discord, Twitter, doing referrals. Once the game launches, playing the game. Once marketplaces launches, being active on the marketplace. Once our creator tools launch, creating tools, etc. So of course there'll be many opportunities for being an active member in Zionverse and earning Sanskar tokens, which one of the ways to use them would be to upgrade your Vimukti NFT and get higher staking rewards, as well as more accessories and weapons, so that your ultimately your 3D avatar would be more powered up when you take it inside Zionverse. Shivam, are there other areas that I have missed on that you think I should cover as well?
I think more or less everything has been covered. Maybe leaving one or two things that we'll clarify when we put out the light paper.
I think a lot of people are typing, so I'm just waiting. As I said, I again would request all of you, like you have done before for the first version of Sanskar. I have seen the suggestions. I've seen all the suggestions. I read them 3 times actually. So I would love if people have more suggestions, then please feel free to write now or whenever you get it on the chat. Are there any other? Okay, there's a lot of what all latest steps have been taken for PR of Xanders? So we are tying up with, apart from Akshat, we have we have definitely 3 confirmed influencers who are investing in the equity of Xanders. So we would have a lot more firepower in terms of communicating. We are looking to lock in one more influencer. So we should have 4 influencer equity partners on board with us. our tie-up with Akshat is not just for PR. We get a lot of inputs from him as well in terms of marketing, design. It's a lot deeper partnership, which is where sort of their equity stake helps us because they are a lot more aligned in the success of Zionverse, and that's what we are sure we are going to see with these other. Definitely three plus one more, so hopefully a total of five influencers, including Akshat. In terms of other PR activity, we already have some international firms on board and a few international influencers as well. So we will be doing that, like I said, UK, Middle East, and the West Coast in the US. Uh, Will Trimurti NFT holders automatically get Shakti tokens? Yes. Your principal plus staking rewards would convert to Shakti tokens. Um, what is the difference between Sanskar and Shakti tokens? I think I've already just explained it. Sanskar tokens are the social currency. It will be a non-listed on-chain currency. You will earn it by doing various things of being a good community member, helping other community members, being active, promoting the community. Shakti tokens are the ownership and governance tokens of Zionverse, right? So all the revenue of Zionverse, in effect, you are getting access to, in effect, the revenue that Zionverse is generating, and you become a true owner of the Zionverse project in its entirety. All the Shakti token holders own the Zionverse project. So different between Lakshmi and Trimurti NFT, very different. Lakshmi NFT obviously was our first project. It gave you non-inflationary rewards in terms of staking. So you purchased it for 101 USDC. You got rewards which were in USDC. Different rewards were given for different tiers, 18% to 108% APY. It comes with a lot more benefits, like it will be the first one to get access to Pine Trimurti NFT, get airdrop Run Bhumi NFT, which is our game, has a different Discord group where we first discuss things, and it will continue to keep getting a lot of these benefits going forward. Trimurti NFT, again, I'll repeat, it's getting access to Shakti tokens, which are the ownership governance tokens, plus staking rewards, plus convert to a 3D avatar, which will be a disciple of the god you get from Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Different tiers will get different staking rewards, plus different accessories within the Trimurti NFT. Plus, you get whitelist access to any future tokens, DAO, NFT sales, etc. Speaking of avatars, all Brahma deity, yeah. So if you are the same tier of Brahma, your avatar will be different. But today, the way we are going to do the Trimurti NFT is when you buy the Trimurti NFT, you first get a Trimurti pass. Um, Once all the NFTs are sold, we actually convert the pass to and reveal, what god you have gotten, and in case we decide to go with at least some sort of loot box mechanism, or like someone has suggested, a mechanism that Lakshmi NFT holders get a higher tier and others get like a lower tier, etc. All of that gets revealed after all the Murti NFT is bought. So, like we did with Lakshmi NFT, if you are the same tier of the same god, your NFT 3D model looks the same, but all 3D avatars which are playable will be unique, right? So even if you have, let's say, tier one Brahma, and I have it, and Trinath, you have it, my avatar as a Brahma disciple and your avatar will be different. Are the DAO planets open world gaming system or RPG types? So, Manik, each planet DAO is a ecosystem in itself. So every game genre will be a planet DAO. Web3 School will be a planet DAO. Kalakar DAO will be a planet in itself. So we are just saying that every ecosystem that we are creating is a planet in itself, and we will be also selling these. By the way, I know I had said we'll sell these DAO tokens, and there was a lot of confusion. So we have to still finalize that. That's the way to govern it at least, right? Like because we can't just go and govern every game because we are not going to run this centralized. We're going to run it decentralized, and the only way to be able to manage all these things, each of these planets is managed by their own sort of community and committee, so that decisions can be taken faster. People have a lot more information. They are more involved in that planet, and it's not just us or all of us sitting together as Shakti token holders taking decisions on everything that's happening. Right? That's not scalable. So the planet system is definitely to make it a lot more governance based. How we do the economics of it to be determined. Um, Trinad, I think I answered your question. Can anyone be able to use create a tool? Yeah. So the idea, Akshay, is that we are creating we have created a voxel based generative system, right? So like in Minecraft, you can create maps by just placing different voxels or cubes. You will be able to do that in Zionverse as well. We have also incorporated something where for the maps where people allow to copy or use their content for derivative products in terms of IP, which is something we are thinking that we should just keep across the platform. You can copy a part of that map and take it to your map and edit it and build on it so that it becomes really easy for people to create almost remix versions of different maps and worlds. And then it should be very easy for you to select any game style that you want, change some of the rules in a very easy UI format, and launch games or maps or even create 3D models very easily, right? You would not, our aim for creators are definitely, novice creators and noobs like me rather than only target sort of game developers or expert artists. We would obviously welcome them and they would create obviously much higher quality content, but the tools are specifically for sort of noob creators like myself on 3D art. Not sure if it's a good suggestion, but there are specific places that generally focus, like Indian Saga. Are we planning to collaborate with them? Yes, I actually, I'm already talking to a few really big authors in this Indian mythology space to create almost like the beginning of the Zionverse universe, right? We want to create our own IP as well. So we are definitely talking to a few people and understanding what is the best way to get this done. Throw some light on drugs NFT? Oh, I mean like Durga NFT. Okay. Srimanta, I will not comment. Akshar is already an equity partner with us. For the others, I'll only comment once we have everything done and dusted. Can play and pay and earn both be incorporated? Uh, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously, see, the question is technically, can we do it? Obviously, we can, right? It's not a question that technically can you do it, but it's a question like, I always treat such questions as a little bit more philosophical. Like, what are we rewarding as a community? Are we rewarding people spending time and being a good actor? Or are we rewarding people like being more, like if you are rich, then you will get opportunities to just keep remaining rich and become richer, right? Which is what the real world is. Obviously, there are parts of both because eventually we want to make sure that there is an opportunity for people to come into our Zionverse ecosystem, not spend money, but be able to spend a lot more time and effort and labor to earn monetary rewards also, right? That needs to be our ultimate aim. So I'm not sure if we should do both. Can we buy Shakti token without Trimurti NFT? Yeah, we are thinking about that in terms of, like I said, the SAFT, the simple agreement for future tokens, but that will have a sort of a minimum size because, in effect, I mean, we are doing SAFT within Trimurti NFT. But my question is, why would you want to, right? Like, I mean, you are anyway getting access to the Trimurti tokens the people doing SAFT are not going to be better off than the Trimurti NFT holders, right? In terms of whatever they get. So why wouldn't you want the 3D avatars and whitelisting access, etc., right? I mean, you may not value it, but it will be a positive non-zero value, right? So I don't know. I mean, um, I would definitely buy Trimurti NFT, right? Instead of just buying Shakti tokens. But Shakti tokens aren't launched yet directly, so no opportunity to buy Shakti tokens to rewards, etc., would still remain through Vault, because that's the process we agreed to and released with people. These items like Rudraksh are the add-ons to our avatar. Yes, Trinad. So right now you will see them on your say Brahma avatar or your Shiva avatar or the Mahesh avatar, and then some of these accessories you will get in your playable avatars as well. Um, Buying is through fiat. Yeah, cool. How do I get Brownwood? No way to get whitelisted for Trimurti NFT if you do not hold Lakshmi NFT. Yeah, like Srimanta said, maybe you could buy second-hand NFT. Um, On OpenSea, yes. How many will be available? As I said, Chris, we are going to come up with that number soon. Light paper should release Monday or Tuesday. We are almost done with it. Um, Shivam in particular has done a fabulous job of that, including the design team. Yeah, Karma, the real world is a little bit dark, right? Isn't that one reason why we are creating the metaverse in the first place? Um, Yeah, I agree that player earn is similar to working partner and sleeping partner. And Lava, like I'll say one more thing, right? Like this is see if you just want to invest money, there is an opportunity, right? Like think about what guilds do, right? I'm again going to repeat this. Like maybe I didn't cover this guild angle on the AMA, but I have obviously written it. What guilds are doing is the same thing. They have investors who are willing to buy Axie, but they don't have time to play the games, to earn the SLP, to upgrade it. They don't want to do all the breeding and managing the strategy. They have money to invest, which is why YGG or Guild Games as a guild is doing really well, because it's a meeting place for investors and people who want to play and earn, right? And which is why a lot of people in Philippines who are not putting the capital but they are happy to put their time and labor are also happy with Axie Infinity. And we think that the same thing should happen with Zionverse, right? There's no reason not to. So people who are willing to put the time and effort will earn the Sanskar tokens. They can either sell the tokens or upgrade the Trimurti NFT and sell the upgraded Trimurti NFT, right? Like logic would dictate that the Trimurti NFT upgraded would sell higher, like a tier 1 NFT obviously will sell more than the tier 3 NFT, which will sell more than the tier 7 NFT in terms of prices, right? So, and that's the compensation that people will get for putting that time and effort, right? So even if you are like you said, a sleeping partner, which I get the analogy from finance and economics in companies, you would be able to make that, right? And obviously that analogy is similar because a sleeping partner does not get remuneration or that say a director who is also a partner gets, right? And we are saying something similar, that if you are working, there needs to be a remuneration for the work and effort that you are putting in, right? That would encourage everyone to keep putting the work and effort. Um, what are the tokenomics for Shakti tokens? Some of this, in terms of the percentages of the uh, team advisor, etc., Naveen would get released in the light paper on Monday or Tuesday. Um, so you can get to know that there. Gerald is asking, Vulcan Forge, we can rent out land. Can you please throw some light on renting feature in Zionverse? With Run Bhumi NFT, we are definitely doing that, right? Like we are, even though the Run Bhumi NFTs for Lakshmi NFT holders, they'll be airdropped. For others who are not Lakshmi NFT holders, they can buy them. Um, so you will be um, you will be able to rent those out and earn the in-game currency, right? I don't know, confuse more with respect to coming out and telling you guys about how the Run Bhumi game is going to work. We already have a lot of stuff to digest, so let's wait on that. We have obviously worked on it, and we have an iteration for it, which we will communicate to all of you. Take your suggestions and rework it if needed. Um, but yes, renting feature will be there in Run Bhumi NFT. Um, and in effect, like it's not renting, but in effect, you have a feature with Trimurti NFT where people who are willing to put in the effort will sell that effort to people who are just purchasing it for capital, and they'll get more benefits, right? Um, okay. Can we release the draft today? I think Monday is close enough. I do think, as a team, particularly, we are very proud of the work we do, as you would hope, and um, I think the paper also needs to look aesthetically nice. So just please bear with us a little bit more, and we are almost there with the paper. Um, it just unfortunately like dilutes a little bit of the effort of the team which is really doing it. Where can I buy Lakshmi NFT or any NFT? So Lakshmi NFT, uh, Gnan Infinite is already sold out. You can buy it on the verified OpenSea or contact some community members here who are involved in the secondary trading of it. Trimurti NFT will be launched on Zionverse.com, which is our website, and tentative date for launch is 9th of April. Great. Shivam, anything else that we should cover?
I think all set. I think a lot of questions that I see are also going to be kind of answered when we put out the light paper, which is not that far away. So I guess we are more or less we cater to
Yeah.
kind of the big picture doubts.
So I think maybe can we just clarify with regards to Durga NFT as well? Um, Guys, we definitely when is the date that we are releasing the results, etc. Can we just
So
reconfirm this?
so the entries close tonight. We are yet to announce when we are putting out the results. It The results are one thing is for sure. The results are going to be published right after the light paper gets up. So it's not going to be before the light paper.
Cool.
And there is no connection, by the way. That's not what I want to imply.
Yeah. There's no connection with the light paper and Durga NFT. I think the question that some of you are asking is, will Durga NFT be converted to an NFT later? Yeah, let's just wait and see. Yes, Hemant, we will definitely do a session after the light paper gets out. And there are a lot of announcements and a lot of things we are working on. So, as we announce the partnerships with Kalaka DAO, we will do an AMA as well. Hopefully, we can finalize the Trimurti NFT iteration as well, which hopefully we should also send to you guys on Monday. And then happy to have. Another AMA or as many AMAs as needed.
I have a very quick update as well. I just Tanya just shared with me that a lot of people have asked for an extension for Durga NFT artwork submissions. I think let's do that. Let's run a very quick reaction based vote in the announcements channel. So we'll publish a vote there. You guys can react to that, and we'll see if it is substantial enough. We can kind of very quickly kind of increase the deadline by like a couple of days. But I think that's the max we'll be able to do in this case because there's a lot of other releases that are planned. we definitely don't want these things to clash or also take away from Trimurti NFT and the whole ecosystem. But yeah, let's see. So we'll just run and add everyone reaction vote and announcement channel in some time now. Maybe in 15-20 minutes.
Cool. Um, so, all right. So I think we are sort of good to go. As always, everyone, thank you so much. I always love to thank all of you for being part of the Zionverse community and for being so active and passionate about what we are doing. Adds a lot of fuel to what all of us do on a daily basis. So really, really appreciate that. Great. Thank you, everybody, and talk to everyone soon. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.